Bam! What's up, guys? Well, Mirage Tower. Let's just jump into it, yeah? Um, we're gonna go through each of the bosses. There'll be a couple of skips between them, and I'll show the waves on bosses that I think I probably need to, just to try and help give some more explanation into doing the entire stage. I know that with a lot of the stages, you'll be able to figure out how to do the waves on your own, and you don't need to worry too much about that. Anyways, let's just jump straight to Mirage Tower, stage 10. Alright, so we see the boss here. He's got, his single target ability, and we'll wait, not his AoE, we'll wait for his stun. Alright, this guy, you're not going to have too many issues with. One of these birds can put diminish on us. Like I said, it's stage 10. You will just walk all over it. Just, if you struggle with stage 10 Mirage Tower, do yourself a favor. Go hit the scenario up. Just keep leveling. Alright? And it is going to be like that for actually a good portion of the Mirage Tower. If you go and max level a couple of your units, you should be able to do at least floor 6. Oh, you'll be able to hit up to floor 59. All right. Looks like he's not even using his AoE ability here. We haven't even taunted with Gulper, but as you guys can see, he's not really anything to worry about. All right. Next floor. All right, guys. Floor 15. Again, not really a big deal. He doesn't have anything that you really need to be troubled over. The ads do have their charge ability that I guess can hit kind of hard, but once again, even you can see that the the little mid boss here that we've got also has his own charge ability, AoE. But again, they're not really anything to worry too much about. Just level your units up at this point. You should, as an early game player, at least be able to take down floor 20. Though we'll get into that specific strategy shortly. Once again, hit scenario up, level your units up, and you're not going to have an issue at least until you hit floor 20 with Mirage Tower, alright? No problem. We're just going to jump on these fellas. Look at this guy. He's got a bit of extra HP. Bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Alright, guys. Next boss. Alright, guys. Floor 20. Now, these turtles have a charge ability that lets them spin and put bombs on you, alright? It's not a big issue until you actually get to the boss itself. Now, what I'm going to show you guys, really easy trick on how to deal with the actual boss, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to kill these ads off, nice and smoothly, and I'll show you using the actual boss itself once it puts bombs on the team. Alright, so essentially what you're going to do here, you see how we've got all these bombs, and then he charges, and I'm pretty sure the charge puts more bombs on as well. We'll see. Okay, never mind, sorry. So he just has this ability that it stacks constant bombs on us, right? What you want to do is just nuke the boss as best you can. Obviously, we kill the ads, and when we get down to say see how a couple of these bombs are ticking lower and lower? What you want to do is team swap. Alright, and look at that. We have cleansed the bombs. Alright, and then we just keep nuking the turtle boss. Hopefully he dies. And if not, hopefully your team survives long enough for you to be able to swap back. Which it probably won't, the bombs are probably going to go off at this point because the team swap is a little bit longer than expected, right? So as you can see, tons and tons of bombs on us right now, right? But let me see if I can kill old mate here. Nice and easy, right? As you guys can see, tons and tons of bombs get stacked up on you. And yeah, next boss. Alright guys, floor 25. Not really one you need to worry about. Mid boss can knock you down. You know, he's pretty much just the villain. You know, the 1-star villain that we can get. He's a regular mob, bit of extra HP, and he's got his AoE blind ability, as you can see, right? If you're using bombs or diminish, it's not anything you have to really worry about, right? So see how we even though we glanced him, he's a pretty easy kill overall, right? So we just throw on our diminish, throw on our bomb, give him a little attack down, and you know, nothing to worry about, alright? Just watch out for the blind. Next boss. Alright guys, floor 30. Now the one thing about this particular boss is that this mid boss, this chest in the middle, sorry, is going to heal himself. See this charge ability coming? That's his heal. And what happens is that if you kill both of these chests, right, that heal will just continuously heal himself, which can be, as an entry level, it can be a little bit problematic, right? Now what we want to do is try not to kill both chests. So let me actually get out my gulper here. Right, what we want to do is do a little bit of damage to one of the chests, and then the mid boss will heal the chest, right? So as you can see there, I used gulper to do a bit of damage to the little chest on the left. So we kill one of the chests, right? We do a little bit of damage to the other chest, and then from that point on, the boss in the middle should continuously heal his minion friend instead of himself, right? So see that? So mid boss, we'll do a little bit more damage to him. Let's test it a little bit because I'm not sure just how much damage you can do to him. So we've damaged the little minion. We're gonna do a little bit more damage to the actual boss. Now let's see who he heals. All right. But as you guys can see, you just do a little bit of damage. As long as you damage that little minion, you'll be fine. See that? So the boss is at half HP. He still healed the minion. All right. So we'll just finish him off quickly, and away we go. All right. Next boss. All right, guys. Floor 35. Once again, not really a mid boss you need to worry too much about. All right. You just, you know, kill off his ads. Always try and like kill off the ads first, at the very least, right? And this boss's special ability, attack up. I think it. You know, he's kind of he's a little bit redundant. You should be able to just like walk all over him, right? As you can see, he just kind of buffs himself with attack up and then attacks, right? Yeah, there's not really much more to say on this guy. If you got past floor 30, you should be able to walk all over this guy without too many issues, right? So we'll just nuke him, and yeah, then we'll move on to yeah, next boss. All right, guys. Now floor 40. I'm just gonna show you guys the whole waves, all right? And I'm gonna show you guys how I tend to deal with these ones. You can actually just double diminish this too. I've done this with Hex Crit King. But what you want to do is you want to AoE down these mobs as best you can, right? So I've done it with double diminish. I've done it with kaboom, troll smash, you know, kaboom, boomer, troll smash, bombs. But essentially, what you want to do, AoE down these guys because they will just throw bombs on you. They will AoE you as well. I believe that charge ability is an AoE. Okay, so there's flame shot. Sorry. And yeah, when you get to the actual boss, the ads have invincibility. What you need to do is you need to hit them or strip them of that invincibility. Now notice how I hit them once and now it's down to 2 turns. That means they can take 2 more of our hits, alright? So now I've used 2 more AoEs and now we can finally start doing damage to the ads, alright? So once again, AoEing this boss is one of the easiest ways to deal with it. Now as you can see, I do a lot more damage than you probably will at the time, but that is essentially what you want to do, alright? Is just kind of AoE the ads down, get that boss on his own, and then even if your first team does wipe, finish it up, clean it up with your second team, because it'll just be your whole team against the one boss. Alright? Yoink. Next boss. Alright guys, 45, once again, not a super big deal. Again, I recommend just AoEing the ads down. The ads will die to your AoEs, and then you can just kind of focus the boss. Alright? What you do need to watch out for is that these guys put defense break on your units, I believe. So, yeah. You want to watch out for just that, really. I believe he also has a charge ability that can hit kind of hard, but I mean, if you've got your Gulper or just anything, it's not really something you need to worry about. This guy's not very scary either. Alright, he has defense break, he does damage. Next boss. Alright guys, floor 50, we're going to start from the start. I'm going to show you guys waves and the boss. Now, this one, like, at first you think, alright, you know, pretty obvious trick, killer's ads, and away you go, right? What you want to do, once again, we want to AoE down the waves as best we can, and if you don't have enough AoE, for this particular boss, you don't really need to worry too much about it. Now, the thing about this boss is that he summons his ads a lot, so let's AoE them. See if we can kill them in one hit. Alright, now he should immediately summon them again, I think. Like, he summons them again very quickly. So what I actually found is that when dealing with this boss, just focus him. Alright? He's the one that you want to focus on as a whole in general. Because he will continuously summon these ads. Like, as a new player, you won't be able to just one-shot them, right? So by the time you can kill the boss, or like, you know, by the time you get some damage on the boss, sorry, he'll just resummon his friends by the time that you've, like, killed them. And it'll just be this big circle of you trying to kill his pets while he's beating down on you, alright? As you can see, he kind of just keeps summoning them. It seems like it's a little while because of how quickly I kill his ads. But when you're doing it as a fresh player trying to come up in a tower, you're likely not going to have that kind of damage output. So, yeah, my recommendation for this guy, just focus the boss. If you kill the ads when they come up, good for you. And, yeah, other than that, you know, don't just ignore the ads and focus purely on him. Next boss. Alright, guys, Mirage Tower 55. One of the ones that a lot of people have trouble with because of the bomb, right? And you can do this with pretty much any of the bomb stages. Alright, so what I'm going to show you is how I deal with, well, just the bombs in general, alright? So, something that doesn't set the bombs off is diminished damage. And often, your diminished damage units, like Hex and Crypt King, their initial damage, so a lot of the problem with, like, say, using Kaboom or Boomer to throw bombs onto something, say, like, the enemy bombs, right? It can get a little confusing when I try and talk about bombs against bombs, but essentially, your bombs aren't going to set off the enemy bombs, right? So, what you can do is just spam diminish to get yourself out of this sticky situation, alright? Now, these mini bombs, unlike regular bombs, when they will detonate when they've taken a turn, alright? So that little number 2 that comes up above them, that's how many turns they can take before they detonate. It's not the amount of hits that they can take from you, it's the amount of attacks. See how he attacked and now he's got a 1 tick there, right? So you have to kill these little mini bombs before they detonate on, you know, before they attack twice and detonate, alright? So it's good to just have the mobs focused so that they're always dead, and then this big guy is going to die as well. Once again, having some AoEs diminish, really helpful. On actual bomb waves, I'm going to duck in and show you guys that next, alright? But as you can see, this boss, not as complicated as he seems at first. Alright? Just make sure those little bombs get killed before they take their turn. And yeah, let's just jump straight to how to deal with little bombs on the waves. And then we'll get to the next boss. Bam. Alright guys, we'll get ourselves a bomb stage. And I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to deal with them. So I'm going to use my lowest damage diminish ability. Unfortunately, we still took a bit. But as you can see, the one bomb that didn't take a lot of damage. Notice how we haven't set it off, right? So for each follow-up turn, the diminished damage is going to tick that one, and all three bombs, because you won't have anywhere near as much attack power as I've got, as long as you don't put them under 50% of their HP when you put your diminish on or your bomb on from Kaboom or Boomer or whoever, as long as you don't detonate them with your initial damage, you can just turn, like you can just wait the turns out, right? So in this particular case, I would want to say queue up my buff. I wouldn't want to set Gulper's Taunt off, but I could use my single target abilities, right? So I could use my buff ability and my single target ability, and that would give me the turns, not the enemies. I would do the attacks, but I would focus on, say, this zapper here instead of touching the bombs, right? If you think you can explode the bomb with your single target hit, go for it. Or you can wait till they get a bit lower with each diminished tick or when the bombs go off, right? Your bombs go off. And that'll keep you safe on bomb stages, alright? Just like that one bomb that didn't go under 50% HP, the diminished ticked, he died to diminish. Or you can, if the diminished ticks him low enough, you can just finish him that way. Alright? Nice, easy. Always good to focus on the one thing that isn't a bomb. You take the turns, alright? Next boss. Alright guys, floor 60. Alright. Now floor 60 has got an interesting little mechanic where as long as this big guy here has up his minion, see this little buff? Skylander is revived. So as long as this minion is alive, that boss will revive. Alright. So the trick to actually beating this guy is that you need to get him low enough that you can kill the minion and then finish the boss off as well, right? And when you do kill the minion, often he will just try and resummon it straight away. So as you can see, boom, summon minion. So try and have any kind of AoE ability or your single target nuke ready to go for that minion. You can focus mob and that will auto target the minion when he pops up. And then, yeah, we just want to try and pop the boss when the minion isn't up. He's probably about to summon the minion back on us before we can either knock him down or kill him here. It does happen a lot, right? You can get pretty unlucky. So as you can see here, minion summon is up. Ooh. We am about to kill the boss while the minion is up, and there you go. So there's the revive. And then we've just got to keep, keep going, alright? That's what happens. You can get stuck in a little bit of a loop, see? So he immediately revives the minion. But, just keep trying, alright? Just keep trying. The minion will die. The boss will die. And you won't have anything to worry about. Alright? So just like this, should be a kill. There we go. Next boss. Haha. Alright guys, floor 65. Now, this boss actually has an instant defeat skill. As long as you've got horror on one of your units, so the boss puts horror on your units, right? And what horror does is it means that your unit can't evade or block, right? Now, as long as this mid-boss puts horror on one of your units, it has a follow-up ability that can one-shot that unit, right? It's an instant defeat skill. So we've got horror on two of our units here, right? We are just going to try and nuke the boss a bit lower because these are one of the newer bosses, right? And we should see it follow up with this skill soon. So that wasn't the instant defeat. I'm not even sure if that was either. That just did too much damage to begin with. But essentially, that's the gimmick behind this boss, is that it has an instant defeat skill. It will just kill you if you have horror on you. Alright? Oof. Oh, I better watch out here. And here we go. See if we can get a knockdown on this guy, shall we? Or a kill. And yeah. So watch out for that gimmick, guys. Next boss. Alright, guys. Floor 70. Now, this one can be a little tricky, alright? Until you understand the actual gimmick behind the boss itself, alright? Now, as you can see, the basic wave enemies are Earth. So if you've got your double diminish, that's perfect, alright? Because they don't have a chance. The boss's little ads are also Earth. The boss himself is Earth, so really, really nice to, you know, get rid of them nice and easily, alright? So let's get rid of these guys quickly-ish, alright? And bam. Now what I'm going to show you guys when we actually get to the boss is a neat little trick on top of how I like to try and deal with this particular stage. Alright? Of course, there's other ways to deal with it. You will notice that your highest attack unit is going to be the one that these guys keep attacking if you don't have Gulper Taunting. Alright? It really annoys me that it's so blatantly obvious that they attack your highest attack damage unit, by the way. It actually bothers me a lot, because it's really basic AI. Anyways, here's the boss itself. Now, the gimmick with this boss is that he does a shoot ton of damage when he has his shield up. So, what you want to do is you get your, hopefully Gulper's alive for you, but you get Kaboom or any other strip, and you leave it waiting for the boss to put his shield up, alright? And then when you see the boss use his shield, like there it is right there, we queue up the skill as quick as we can. As you can see, the boss did get an attack off. He is going to just absolutely mess you up. As long as that, that shield is up, his damage is increased by a ton. We did just strip him just in time. Now, as you can see, my first team has wiped. I'm not really paying proper attention, but that's one way of doing it, right? Alternatively, you can just bring a buff thief, like Gusto, or even, I believe, Fling Kong has one. And you'll steal the guy's buff, and he can't hurt you anymore. Alright, so I'm just going to chuck this on auto. Alright, as you can see, even when he has his own shield on, we're just going to steal his buff. And then we're going to attack him. Now what you can do, of course, is you bring some more DPS with Gusto. And while Gusto tanks, you will kill the boss. I actually, the last time I did this, I had the guy down. He only had like one of those little bars left of his HP by the time I lost that first team. And yeah. As you guys can see, as long as you steal that buff of him, you're pretty much an immortal god versus this boss, alright? So, like, alternatively, you could potentially rune up Fling Kong for damage or something, or just any other buff stealer that does damage. And this stage is a walk in the park for you. This is obviously, like, this would be a long fight. I recommend if you're going to choose to solo it with Gusto, you can do this at almost any stage. Like if he's like level 43 star, as long as you've got that buff steal, he will eventually kill the boss. All right, because he steals the buff and then he attacks, and eventually that damage is going to kill the boss because the boss doesn't heal. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna cut it that. We're gonna jump straight to the next boss because this would be a long fight otherwise. Next boss. All right, guys. Floor 75. It's not one that you need to be super worried about. You just got to look out for the boss. Does do quite a bit of damage. Not like a lot, but he does do a bit. However, you do want to watch out for his. I believe it's a charge attack. Okay, never mind. It's not a charge attack. But that attack right there, where he jumps in the air, is one that you want to watch out for because it pretty much eliminates your endurance. It will knock you down like quite easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and do it back to him and we're going to kill him. I can't remember what his charge is, but we've knocked him down. Going to taunt. Alright. Now you could essentially bring your main team to this. I'm just using some spare units for my second team at the moment. I can't remember what I used the first time. I just kind of autoed through this the first time I came through it. I can't actually remember what I used for it. But essentially, the main gimmick behind this particular boss is his jump, which then, as you can see, knocks everyone down. And I believe we might actually wipe here. But that's essentially what you want to watch out for, alright? Anyways, we'll move on to floor 80, alright? And floor 80 is a pain in the butt. Next boss. Alright guys, here is floor 80, alright? This was my clear run. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go with no sound because Streamlabs is being a bit finicky right now. However, as you can see, what I try to do here is I'm using Kaboom and Crit King, right, to AoE down the waves, because you want to be pretty careful. These guys, I believe they can defense break you. They've got a charge attack that does hit pretty solid, a single target, and they've also got an AoE. Now the AoE is kind of what you want to, like, if you are going to get hit with something, that's what you want to get hit with, because it'll keep your HP pretty even. Now, the floor 80 boss mechanic is something called sync. And essentially what it will do is the highest HP that any of your units has, the boss will sync its HP up to that percentage, right? Not to like the amount, but to the percentage of that unit. So like I might have 8,000 HP on Kaboom. The boss, like I may lose half that HP, so I got 4,000 HP. The boss is going to see. I actually almost quit there because I'm about to lose Washbuckler. But what's going to happen is the boss will he won't heal like 4,000 HP. He will heal. Let's say we bring Gulper out, right? So if the boss does puts our units to half HP, Gulper's half HP. So see how he's got that little AoE attack there? Brings our HP all down. Let's say he kills Gulper. Our goal is to keep our HP. We don't want to lose all our HP, obviously, because then we die. But we also don't want maximum HP, because when the boss uses Sync, he's going to heal back to max HP. It's probably the easiest way to say it, right? Which means that if you resummon your minion, right? If you resummon Gulper or whatever minion you bring, he's actually going to heal back to max HP because of you've summoned that villain. Heal down doesn't work. I don't know if heal block works. However, one of the easiest strategies I found was to AoE the waves, AoE down the minions. I literally open up with the boss with Kaboom's jump, as well as Crit King's diminish, get that AoE out there, and then I want to put blind on the boss from Washbuckler, and then just try and whittle the boss down as low as I can get before I lose that first team. And essentially what you want to do is, once you get the boss's HP down as low as possible, as you can see there, with that first team, as soon as you either lose the first team or you get the opportunity to swap, when you do swap, you don't want to swap on the boss's knockdown. You want to swap just before just before you knock him down, so that the first attack you do with your second team is going to knock the boss down, and you're going to have more time to nuke him. You want to nuke the last of his leftover HP, right? Now, the team that I found that helped me out, the most there was oh, hang on. There we go. The team that I found out helped me the most was Stealth Elf and Trigger for my particular units. I probably spent a good hour testing a variety of different units trying to get the kill. This was the one that worked for me, and I had to do it with a very specific strategy. As you can see, Crypt King Diminish, Kaboom, Bombs, get to the boss, Kaboom, Bomb, Crypt King Diminish, blind the boss, right? So kill ads, blind boss, and then start trying to take those electrocutes. So essentially, if Gulp is still alive, you want Gulper to try and take the charge attack of the boss, right? That strong single target hit. That way, all your units they will stay kind of even in HP every time they take that electrocute attack, which is the boss's AoE ability, right? And then as your HP drops lower, the boss's HP is going to keep dropping lower. You get that boss's endurance down just to the right amount. You swap after he sync. Now, what you want to be careful of is he can double sync. He can sync, he will heal, your team swap, and he will sync again. Boom, max HP. It's a very frustrating fight. We haven't really been given we haven't been given the mechanics to deal with this ability properly, right? So I don't know how we're going to deal with it on hard mode, but in its current state, it's quite overtuned. I do hope that they nerf it. At least like allowing us to use heal block on it, right? Because it's just kind of not very fair on us with the way we've got to do it right now. I found you can see me using Washbuckler's blind. Usually I don't use lose Washbuckler that early, but as you guys can see here, I decided to stick it out. I did get the boss low enough, and I did pull out a win because of it. But essentially, for your second team, you want to pick units that have bonus hits, and for your first team, you want to pick units that are going to keep you alive long enough to get the boss's HP down, and also units that are going to kill the ads for you, right? So you want to clear out the ads, get the boss's HP as low as you can with the first team. Second team, bonus hit, bonus hit, bonus hit. With all the units I tried that don't have a bonus hit type ability, it just was not enough damage, right? You just could not dish out enough damage to get the boss HP low enough to finish him. To finish the boss on the team swap, is what I mean. But as you can see with the boss hits here, not only can you get him low enough, finish off his HP, you're more likely to get that knockdown, right? So that rocket pack and electro charge is pretty lucky there. Often he'll just sink on you, and that's game over. As soon as he sinks, just quit, start again. Because you're probably not going to get him from 100% to 0. Alright? Anyways, as you can see with the units I've used, by the way, that Trigger Happy was only 5-star awakened. And yeah, I'm going to put a little video of the runes for the clear after this little segment. Yeah, hopefully you can use those stats to kind of get an idea on how you yourself will be able to clear it. Floor 80, I wish you luck, guys. If you're not on B10 or Wellington quality runes, it is going to be a bit of a struggle. Even with them, it's probably going to be a bit of a struggle. Unless you can Ember cheese it. I don't have a built Ember, but I saw a lot of people using built Embers because of the invincibility that Ember has. When her HP gets low, she goes invincible, she can take a hit, she can potentially finish the boss. Works out pretty nicely. Anyways, hope the video has been helpful. And yeah, good luck on your tower climbing clear. Hopefully we see some more floors eventually. Because it kind of feels like with the reward, floor 80 is only 2 medium stones, so we may see floor 90 and 100 soon, right? Or not soon, but in the future, that grant us more large stones perhaps. It's a possibility, and we'll see how it goes. All right, hard mode floor 80. Whenever they bring out hard mode, Ooh, it's yeah, we don't really have any mechanics for dealing with it, and because it's a hard mode, we're probably not going to be able to DPS it down. Like we're not just going to be able to nuke it, right? So yeah, we'll see how that goes whenever it happens, right? Hopefully they do nerf it by letting us use, say, like heal down or heal block on the sync ability, but until then, yeah, it's not even a real sync, right? It's not even a real sync. If our HP goes to 10% and the boss uses sync, he just heals for 0. He's not actually syncing. He only syncs if it benefits him. You know, sync, right? Anyways, enough of my complaining. Good luck, guys. Happy progression. I hope this helped out at least a little bit. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Waha.